Um, okay, on March 13th, 1997, there was a mass sighting of a V-shaped UFO over the Phoenix, Arizona area. Some people believe that this was a YahYel ship. Can you comment on whether that's true? Do you know anything about this?
Phoenix Lights, you mean?
Yes.
There is also this part that we cannot interfere also with that much with the information that all already was given. That is very strong in your beliefs and what you want to believe and so on. But that is other part. But it can be like a shadow over the information sometimes. But yes, it was the IEL like it was organized by our race, but the other beings or races knew also about the plan and connected their energies to that event, like Arcturians, because they are very helpful for us also with working with them and with you. They are very supportive also for the energy and connection with us because they are in a other real different relation to you. So we also some way connect with you through them. So there was in some way also help from those kind of energies and other witnesses also, that it was not just about the witnesses on the earth but also other more distant from the space, let's say, or in an invisible way, in some way distance, even in your house atmosphere. They could have been some closer even, but it was mostly about really us, like YahYel, connecting with you, although it was observed with many different races, and they knew that the connection that we have with you was special, and that's why they were in a way cheering or happy, or even not stepping that much with their vibration into that event, just distantly observing it. So it was important for us to show our connection to you with that peaceful sighting. So
So
yes, still it's like how you can even question it.
like, mm, I'm trying to think like how I want to word my next question. Like, are you allowed to share with us like basically what the purpose was? I mean, did you just want to visit and say hello?
No, no, of course the purpose is us wanting to connect with you, and of course the purpose was to show us that it's going in the direction of the contact that can be in the future, like you dream about it, you want consciously or us to be like part of your existence on earth. And all those movies, for example, that you created on earth, that are about connecting with the extraterrestrials, working with them, and, for example, developing yourself with help of our technology and our knowledge and so on. And you are actually already doing it in this way of when we are connecting with you through the channels. And not just us, of course, there can be also non-physical consciousnesses like angels and everything. So you are already on the path of developing yourself, and that is the desire that is also calling for us to help you. So there are many different levels for it. So one is that you want to develop yourself in a way to through connecting with the extraterrestrials, not just on your own. So that is one thing. But of course, you know that we came from the connection, we were created from your DNA in a way. So for us, it's a very personal thing also to connect with you and get back in a way to you, like our creators almost, that we want to co-create with you and even to help you to grow, because we are then creating, there are in a way like a loops going in the space-time continuum, that we are in a way we have been in some way created in the future, let's say, but when we can come back to you and we create with you, we create a completely new possibilities of new loops in the universe of what it can be experiencing, new timelines and new, just development. And so it's our also desire to grow and to develop ourselves, but there is also the great sense of familiarity with you and the desire, because you are family for us, you are very close family and friends for us. So, and we are for many many years already with you, and even we meet you very on a very daily basics, those who work in a direction of the contact. So for us it's very normal to be connecting with you always. So you are part of our lives already in a way that you wish for us to be in yours. We are, but you are not living it fully or believing it. So it's just your process of believing and knowing it. And as much as your mind will be able to believe it really, then that much we will be able to co-create with you and eventually in a physical way. So the sighting was definitely for us, there was allowance in energy, big opening for us to show ourselves to you in that way. And now it really seems like it was in a parallel reality, almost like not on your timeline, because it's energetically distant, because it didn't have or it doesn't have in a now of your energy, doesn't have such influence. But that can be also changed. It's still in a way like that experience in some time capsule bubble that can open and explode, even like when you in some way experience some more of the disclosure on your path. So although the experience seemed to be buried in a way, but it's not, it's just waiting for exploding energetically of what was created there and shared. So it's not like passe. I don't know if that's English word. So that event still can have a big influence in the future when you will open more. And when you will believe more and more in a collective way, then also those energies will ripple or will be allowed to get into the belief systems or hearts, I would say hearts of the people, and you would really feel it much more that it really happened. Now it doesn't feel like it ever happened even.
I think you're right about that. I think most people have forgotten about it. I was a kid when that happened, and I have very clear memories of it, and it's been a mystery for 21 years. So thanks for shedding some light on that. But another question that I have, I know that the symbol of the phoenix is very important to the Greys. Is it just a coincidence that this sighting occurred over a city named Phoenix, or was that on purpose? Do you know the answer to that?
Yeah, I wanted to say also before, but as you mentioned it, that it's very vivid in your memory. Actually, those people that experience it, those are holding the frequency that will be that was stored in them. All that was all those people that saw it. There is this time capsule in a way that I mentioned. The energy is really encapsulated in all those people that were there and was able to experience it. So they don't have to do anything right now or ever, but when the collective consciousness allows it more, it will be automatically released from them and be integrated more into the collective consciousness. So they are still holding it very vividly in their energy field, although they may not. Well, they feel it still. Yeah, they cannot forget it. It's that when they would remember it, or so they would still get that very familiar uh, that feeling like it happened just yesterday in a way. You know that feeling?
Yes, right.
Yeah. So that means that the energy is alive in those people, but those who didn't experience it, they cannot tune into it so much. So that even if they want to believe or they think that they believing is not. Uh, Believing is then knowing, so they are just thinking they believe. So you ask about like why the location?
Yes, correct. Why the city? It was over a city named Phoenix, and I know from talking to Zetas that the symbol of the phoenix has to do with symbolizing the
Yes.
rebirth of the
Hmm.
Zeta species through the hybrid program. So my question is, was it just a coincidence that the YahYel ship, which are essentially hybrids, is it just a coincidence that they appeared over a city named Phoenix?
Well, now I think I heard it even. It's then harder for me to get bypass my own mind because I heard it. I believe at least from the Bashar, I would say that he said like it was about the rising from the ashes, So, but yeah, this is the simple answer. But I will, yeah, give me a moment, because when I start to hesitate, this way I then a little bit disconnect from that. She can give me actually much wider download about it. So, okay, so the Phoenix wide location. Was it just because of the symbol of phoenix rising from ashes? Yeah, that was just a part of it, but it was actually just you did it. It was your own symbol for yourself. We didn't choose the location by the name of the city. It was how you chose it to open the energetic opening for us to be able to manifest there and to get visible. So we didn't do it like that. It was because of the we did. It was not our intention to give you that symbology of the phoenix, like a phoenix of the birth, but it was your own symbol. That's why. And but it was the just in a way like very like a set into the stone thing that in your collective consciousness that you will allow. So it was like on 100% at some point that you would eventually do it this way. So we could manifest in that city. But of course, there are also, it's not just that, because you are creating. Well, we are following just what you allow us to follow and open. So, in your collective consciousness and what you chose to as a human or society, how to open, in a way, of course, there are ways that you can. Mm, Manipulate in a way with it what you are doing with your choices, but there are certain things how you chose your reality to experience your reality, your society, and the growth through this age that you are in. So you know that in the USA there is certain power, that is moving through the. It was in Europe before, and now it's based on in the USA. So that's the reason. There are many connections of the with the politics around it. So and there is like concentration of the energy that is trying to hold you back, even in a way. But it's also the agreement. Unfortunately, I have to say it's your own agreement with the, let's say, maybe less positive experiences of the other maybe species or the groups, that this is also part of your own plan, how you want to grow, how you want to break through the very restricted system. You want to grow very strong. That's why you need a lot of resistance in a system towards yourself so you can grow through it. So it just that way you created it or you allowed it to be created. So there are those things that's why you also chose to have the Phoenix city in the USA. But there can be other cities all over the world. But that's the reason also why you have such a concentrated activity in or over so many years. Even those topics there were much more discussed in the USA for many years and not that much in other cities, or even it's almost like not existent in other like Europe or Africa. You don't see that much, but in a way there is still even there is this UFO thing that is very concentrated in, but it's like opposite to the other things, the systems that are very restricted in a way that those, I don't know, maybe you can say part of some conspiracy theories. So it's just the way I want to be explain the things in a way more over all the situation that is more empowering. And the most important thing that I wanted to say is that you are really creating it for yourself. So when you will be able to break through all the situation you are facing, to be more of yourself, to break through the system, then the system will collapse in itself. It's natural thing that you will create it that way, that you will not need the resistance of the system so much when you will grow strong in your self, in your belief system, in your who you are, and your attitudes, everything. So you will not need the system to be like that, like it. So it will just fall apart because you will be already strong enough to not need that structure.
I see.
Does that make sense or answer your questions?
Yeah, it mostly answers my question about why the city Phoenix in particular. Are you saying it was just because there were basically a lot of people in Phoenix that were open to the existence of UFOs, and that's why that city was chosen?
It was again agreement on a soul level that those individuals chose with us. They have also very strong connection with the those extraterrestrial energies and desires. So it was a concentration of those people willing to hold that resonance for the future.